The Ford Bronco. Would you consider it a success? Do you think Ford considers it a success? We're going on the fifth year, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I guess it's really the fifth year. It's the biggest Ford Bronco ever if you get the four-door version. It's even bigger than like the 78 version. Remember how big that hoss was? The Ford Raptor version, the Raptor Bronco, it is super wide. Like that is the biggest Ford Bronco ever. Has it dethroned Jeep? No. Has it stolen some of the market share from Jeep? Yes. I would imagine that sometime in the late teens, 2018, 19, 17, there was a boardroom of executives, Ford executives, and they pulled a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon or something in there. And they said, we need to make the Ford version of this. So that's exactly what they did. Ford cleaned up some of the things that could have been worked on. 33,000 units was the first year. The second year, the 2022 version, was by far the biggest Bronco year. I think there was like 125,000 units sold. Jeep Wrangler, since we're talking about Wranglers, I'm sorry I'm bouncing around a little bit, but these numbers, they get all jumbled up in my head. The Wrangler sold like 255,000, a little less than 300,000 units, or not a little less, but about 25, 50,000, somewhere. Give me a little plus or minus, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's how many Wranglers they sold pre-Bronco. After the Bronco, 155, 160, 140. I'm going to put you in the ballpark, but I'm not going to put you on base. You know what I mean? You have to do that part yourself. So it has hurt. Ford has made some money off the Ford Bronco. Remember, you've got the full-size Ford Bronco, which comes in 2-door and 4-door. You've also got the small Bronco, the Bronco Sport. That only comes in 4-door, only one body style, but you do have the two different Broncos, just like you had that back in the day, back in the 80s. Remember the little Bronco 2? I had a Bronco 2. It had a 2.9 liter V6. Dog poo-poo. Anyway, back to this generation Ford Bronco. Sales are down, but hell, everybody's sales were down. Bronco sales were down, I think, about 10% last year. Some people will say, it's got a really bad safety rating. Well, it has no roof. I don't expect it to fold up completely like a tin can, but not much better. You know what I mean? Anyway, some people will say the price. A Bronco Raptor, you're getting real close to 100,000. The cheapest Bronco Raptor I saw was like 92. The most expensive one I've seen was 101. The one that we're sitting in right here, this is about $63,000 worth of a Bronco. The little 2-door one, that was $43,000. Both of these are brand new. Do Broncos hold their value? Depends on how you look at it. I don't think they take quite as big of a depreciation hit from brand new as some vehicles, especially like luxury cars, Teslas, things like that. Those take Jaguars. Jesus Christ. Jaguar. Don't ever buy a Jaguar new. It ain't worth it. Even if the movie Christine is right, where it's the second best smell, they say the second best smell in the world is new car smell, right behind the... Well, save the new car smell and just go get the... Don't take that kind of depreciation. Okay, a couple different engines. 2.3, that's the EcoBoost Mustang engine. That's the base engine. About 300 horsepower, 315 pound-feet of torque, somewhere right around in there. I'm not going to be exact. Middle engine is a 2.7 liter. That is the base Ford F-150 engine. 400 pound-feet of torque, real close, about 325 horsepower. And then you got the 3-liter Raptor engine, which is the Exploder ST engine. It's also under the hood of the Bronco Ranger, or the Ranger Raptor. Remember, you've got F-150 Raptor, Bronco Raptor, Ranger Raptor. That's the entire dinosaur family. Do I think the Jeep is better than the Bronco, or vice versa? Do I think the Bronco is better than the Jeep? I think the interior in the Bronco is by far better than the Jeep. Even in Rubicon style, 4XE style, all the Zuzus and Wham Whams, they do have a big, massive screen in them now. The Jeeps do. So they do have that going for them. I'll be honest, the Bronco is a big like crusher. It's like a big bruiser. It's like a wrestler. Think like Hulk Hogan, okay, when you think of the Bronco, and then think of the Jeep Wrangler, kind of like Eddie Guerrero. Like a small, feisty guy, like a anyway, a smaller, quicker, more agile person. Floyd Mayweather. Anyway, so they're looking for ways to get around the trail. The Bronco just goes straight through it. Words that you'll understand and words that come with owning a Bronco: Sasquatch, Raptor, EcoBoost, Twin Turbo, Lifted, EcoBoost. Words you will not hear when describing a Ford Bronco: good gas mileage. It's a brick. Look at it. There is no roundness. There is no smoothness. And then you're putting high, squeezed up within the inch of their life V6s mounted with twin turbos, squeezing every ounce of horsepower and pound-foot of torque you can get out of it. I believe a Raptor Bronco gets like 14 miles per gallon. I think the one that I'm sitting in right here, I think it's 17 on the highway, 17 in town. It's 17. The little four-cylinder two-door, it's a little bit lighter. The four-cylinder, I think you're getting maybe 21, 17 to 21. Anyway, good gas mileage doesn't go. Jeep Wranglers don't have anything as far as power for this. You have to get a Jeep 392 to even compete with the power. Remember, the Jeep's got a hybrid. They've got the 4xe. They've got a 3.6 liter V6, the old Pentastar, and then they've got a 2-liter turbo. And then the 6.4, the 392. Anyway, I like the Bronco. The interior's nice. I'd like to have the interior of a Bronco with the body of a Jeep. I love the way Jeeps look. Jeep doesn't even have to put the name on the front of it there. Anyway, this turned into a Jeep review. Anyway, you know the front of a Jeep, you know when you look at the front of a vehicle, it'll have like an emblem, like a Chevrolet emblem or a Ford emblem or whatever. You ever look at the front of a Jeep Wrangler? There's nothing. They don't even say Wrangler, no Jeep, because you know when you see the front of that dude, that's a Jeep. You know that. Do I think the Ford Bronco's going away? No. If you've never ridden in a Bronco Raptor, you should do that off-road. It's pretty cool. It just soaks up bumps. I think it's governed to 100 miles an hour off-road. Think about that. It won't let it go faster than that because there's a possibility you could get comfortable with it and go that fast. It's governed off-road. One other little thing that I'd like to mention, tops. You've got a hard top and a soft top. Sound bar. See this right here? These are where your speakers back here. On Jeeps, the sound bar is in the center of the roof. Okay, kind of dividing the back seat and the front as far as the top. Broncos, it's a big, huge open sky. There is no divider. They have got the speaker bar on the back pillar, back here on the back roll bar. Also, you've got the canopy opening right here on the soft top. Just kind of helps you with a little bit of luggage storage. I thought that was pretty cool. I learned that from TikTok. And they say TikTok isn't useful. As if. Buy them used. Let somebody else take the depreciation. But I think you'll enjoy this. Don't get in an accident, but who goes out every morning hoping and praying and setting out to do such a thing? We're all trying to avoid that. I hope you enjoyed the review. It's going to be here for a while. The Bronco Sport is hooked up with the Ford Maverick and also hooked up with the Ford Escape. It's not going anywhere. So these guys are here to stay for a while. Jump on down and test drive you a Ford Bronco. Thanks so much for watching. Have a holiday.